your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Now on NBC Palm Springs, the desert's first celebration for National Hispanic Heritage Month kicked off today. More about the fun at the Palm Springs Surf Club ahead. Plus, get ready to explore a brand new Girl Scout cookie flavor. Hear more about the latest Girl Scout cookies set to hit the cookie season ahead. NBC Palm Springs starts right now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening, I'm Tiani Jadaling. Thank you for joining us. The first annual celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month took place today. That's tonight's top story. National Hispanic Heritage Month typically starts mid-September, and organizers in the Coachella Valley got a head start today. It's called Fiesta del Sol and was celebrated by several Coachella Valley residents at the Palm Springs Surf Club. There was everything from live music to delicious Mexican food to traditional folklorico dancers and even tequila tasting.
We wanted to do this event just to gather community within the Coachella Valley. I think it's very important to bring people together, especially in a way that celebrates culture and celebrates like taste, tequila, dancers, live music. I think that's also important, and that's like the best way to bring communities together, people together for those things.
Tickets were $60 per person and included full access to the surf club's water park. Organizers say the goal is to highlight Hispanic heritage, all while giving guests a lively and more memorable experience. Staying on National Hispanic Heritage Month, the Coachella Valley Firebirds officially launched Los Firebirds this evening, a bold new brand identity celebrating culture, family, and community at Vivo Indio. This unique celebration helped unite sports, culture, and family at Indio's vibrant community event.
We love our Hispanic culture. The city of Indio is based on a lot of Hispanic culture for the many years, and so we really want to celebrate with them. It's their community. We enjoy the city of Indio hosting these events, and we're just excited about being able to be the one that everybody comes down and has some fun with. So bring your families to enjoy Hispanic Heritage Month.
Again, the event was designed to ignite pride and belonging across the entire Coachella Valley. We're taking a live look now from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Ranch Mirage. We've got a beautiful pool shot. Doesn't look too windy out there, and it's safe to say we've cooled down quite a bit. It'd be a lovely time to go for your evening walk and just enjoy the nice cool temperatures this mid-September. Kai Beach is standing by with your forecast.
Well, happy Saturday, everyone. Great start to the weekend. We're seeing near to slightly below average temperatures for this time of year. Enjoy it while you can, because we're going to see a slow warming trend as we head into the work week. But first, let's take a look at those highs today. Big Bear City, 71 degrees as we work our way to the valley floor. About 30 degrees above that. Palm Springs, 100, Indio, 103. And up the hill in Joshua Tree, our friends are looking at 87 degrees. For tonight's lows, Joshua Tree 64 here on the valley floor. West End Palm Springs 74, East End Indio 72. Take a look at Idlewild. That's comfortable, 56 degrees and just a 2-hour drive away. Big Bear City just above freezing, 38 degrees. So when it comes to air quality here in the Coachella Valley, we are deemed moderate. Parts of the IE moderate as well. You work your way to the OC. They're looking nice and good. High temperatures across the country. A lot of people visiting us from other parts of the country. Denver, 76 degrees. Minneapolis, 82. Seattle, low 70s. And in San Francisco, we're looking at mid to high 60s. Tonight's evening stroll, it was a nice one. 6 o'clock, 94. 8 o'clock, low 90s. 10 o'clock, mid 80s. Still up at midnight, we're looking at high 70s. So today, warm and dry, but that will change. Take a look at Monday. It's going to be hot and dry. The reason why, rich of high pressure that's building over the four corners. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all triple digits, and those overnight lows go from mid 70s to low 80s. Full forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Kai, for those weather updates and more local news. The golden age of glamour is set to come to the desert for a night of hearkening back to a time Sinatra reigned the scene. September 19th, Bernard Scahill will hit the stage at the Saguaro Hotel, performing some of Frank Sinatra's very best hits. All this while guests can enjoy cocktails poolside in true desert resort style. We spoke with Bernard ahead of his concert.
We're going to bring the pool down to a vibe when Sinatra rained the scene. We expect people to be laying in the pool, listening to this music and just vibing. Whether that's in a caftan or dressed up for the evening, doesn't matter. We got classic cocktails and food, and the band is right. The doors will open at 6 o'clock. The show starts at 7. It's a 90-minute presentation with a brief intermission in the middle because, you know, we got to get some water and maybe have a cocktail in between and get you guys having fun. Maybe a little dip in the pool. We're not sure yet. We might take a dip. I might float and sing a song.
If you visit our Cool Tabs page on our website, that's NBCPalmSprings.com, you can enter to win tickets to the show. September is National Library Card Sign-Up Month, and we're learning about how local libraries offer much more than just books. They're hubs for learning and resources. Our Kai Beach has a story.
If knowledge is power, then the Rancho Mirage Library and Observatory is a powerhouse.
Reading can change lives.
Senior librarian Deanne Deagle says this library offers everything from books, CDs, telescopes, internet access, and countless other ways to learn and be entertained.
We have something for everybody. No matter what your interest is, we will have a book, a movie, a program, anything that will entice you to come spend some time with us.
September is Library Card Sign-Up Month. Deagle is encouraging residents to register.
Library cards are free of charge to anyone with a valid California ID. You come to the library, you fill out a short application, or you can start the application online. We get you set up. It takes just a couple minutes, and then you have access to all of our books and DVDs, ebooks.
The American Library Association is highlighting the value of libraries with this year's theme, One Card, Endless Possibilities. With reports that millions of U.S. adults are unable to read, write, or do basic math beyond a third grade level, it's a powerful reminder that libraries open doors for everyone.
Fantastic. You can see his eyes light up because he's starting to imagine things. So he loves reading time.
I love books. Reading is so important, and books are too. It's just a fun way to get his imagination started.
And at the Rancho Mirage Library and Observatory, one small card can unlock the greatest power of all, knowledge. I'm Kai Beach for NBC Palm Springs.
All right, still ahead here on NBC Palm Springs, Chipotle is expanding to Asia for the first time. The Mexican restaurant chain announced a partnership with a leading South Korea-based food company. Additional details ahead. And before we go to break, a programming note to remind you that tomorrow night, the news at 5 and 6 will be preempted for Sunday Night Football. The Atlanta Falcons will be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Kickoff is a little after 5 p.m. Then immediately following the game, I'll be here with a full look at the day's local headlines. We're back after the break.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Welcome back. It's Saturday, so you know it's time for our weekend workout with David Lyons. Take a listen.
Welcome to Weekend Workout. Get ready to transform your fitness right here on NBC Palm Springs. I'm David Lyons. Let's get started. All right, boys and girls, we're here for our last workout, which is day 3, arms and abs for stretch training. Charlene is seated and she's going to be working her triceps first. She's going to be doing a tricep extension, bringing the dumbbells up, and then bending her elbows down. The elbows are like a hinge here. She's holding in this position. There's a 4-second stretch on the back of her arm, so her triceps are stretched, pushes it back up to the top, and then back down, and that is the movement for our first exercise. She'll be doing 10 repetitions, and we'll be back to do biceps next. Our second exercise on arm day will be for our biceps. Now, Charlene has her dumbbells, and she's going to be doing a dumbbell curl for her biceps, but she's going to be holding those dumbbells a little bit differently than straight in the front. So she's holding to the side and down all the way, and in this position, she's got a full stretch of her biceps. Now, the reason that this is really stretched is because she's turning her arms outwards a little bit. She's got a 4-second hold here. There's the stretch coming up all the way, and then quickly flexing, and then back down into that 4-second stretch, and biceps will be done after she does her repetitions. Our third and final muscle is for our abs, and this is the end of our day 3 workout. As you can see, Charlene is now turned sideways on the chair, holding a dumbbell up by her chest to create some resistance. She's leaning back. Now, as she leans back, her core is being stretched. She's holding in this position, 1, 2, 3, 4, coming back up and then going down into a little bit of a crunch here, but not holding it at the bottom, only holding it in the stretch position. And that is her abdominal stretch workout. That is the end of our stretch training cycle. Our 3 days are over, and we'll see you next time for our next weekend workout.
In news across the country, Bad Bunny is set to avoid the U.S. over fears targeted at immigration rights at his shows. CNN's Isabel Rosales has more.
I'm here. Estoy en Puerto Rico.
Bad Bunny mania has taken over the island of Enchantment. The rapper, who has previously been critical of ICE operations, said in an interview with ID Magazine he didn't include the U.S. in his concert tour because of fear that ICE would raid the concert venues. In a normally slow time for tourism on the island, the Puerto Rican superstar's 30-concert residency is sold out.
Has Puerto Rico ever seen something of this scale?
Never. In the 20-year history of Coliseo itself, or in the entertainment history of Puerto Rico, nothing of this magnitude, not even close.
Tourism agency Discover Puerto Rico estimates the island will earn at least $196 million from the residency.
Do you think that this stimulus will last beyond his residency at all, or is this a temporary?
I think it's one of the most valuable lessons that will come out of the residency.
Even the merch around this historic residency has gone viral. The rapper's version of La Boo Boo, featuring the album's toad mascot, El Sapo Concho, sold out. Working from a corner of his grandparents' living room in Ponce, the graphic designer Sebastian Muñiz Morales is stunned by the hype.
Do you ever go, hey, that shirt you're wearing, I designed that?
When I feel like very confident to do it, I do it, but I get a little shy telling people that I was the one who created it.
Bad Bunny's music has long reflected the struggles of life on the island.
You see the La Residencia, but once you go out, you see the different problems we fight for. Son distintas cosas que realmente no tienes que estar tanto tiempo en la isla para tú darte cuenta que something's wrong here.
A legacy of U.S. colonialism and gentrification, confronted head-on in his song, What Happened to Hawaii. The island facing a crushing debt crisis, crumbling infrastructure, and frequent power outages, spotlighted in his song The Blackout. The reality has driven young Puerto Ricans to leave the island in search of a better opportunity, something Muñiz Morales once considered.
Some people don't see their future here. No pueden ver su futuro si la isla sigue de esa manera.
And after Bad Bunny wraps up his residency here in Puerto Rico, he goes to the Dominican Republic to kick off his world tour. Let me set the mood for you here. This is sort of like the tailgate ahead of the big Super Bowl. You can see all these massive crowds, all of them here for one person, Bad Bunny. Isabel Rosales, CNN, San Juan.
In news around the world, U.S. Ambassador Brian Birch presented Pope Leo with a cake to honor his 70th birthday on Sunday. Birch gave the Pope a chocolate cake personalized with a red happy birthday sign. The cake was made by a Chicago area restaurant chain called Portillo's, fitting for the first U.S. Pope originally from Chicago. The new ambassador also presented his diplomatic credentials to Pope Leo at the Vatican's Apostolic Palace, signaling the start of his official duties. And Chipotle is expanding to Asia for the first time. The Mexican restaurant chain announced a partnership with a leading South Korea-based food company. The plan is to open the first Chipotle restaurants in South Korea and Singapore next year. Chipotle already has several international locations, including 60 in Canada, 20 in the United Kingdom, 6 in France, and 2 in Germany. In consumer news, you've likely noticed the increase in beef prices at the grocery store. Beef prices have risen 11% over the last year. Cattle experts say this is because the national herd size has significantly decreased. Farmers are constantly battling how to manage their cattle as they look to get top dollar. A Washburn professor explains.
They have to take the young female cows and not bring them to slaughter, and then it takes a while for it to raise the calf. The profits of holding off on doing that have to be high enough to offset those costs.
We'll just have to keep changing our prices to reflect what's coming in and try to minimize our costs so that we can try to keep our prices as reasonable as possible.
The Department of Agriculture says the ups and downs of the cattle industry generally follow an 8 to 12 year cycle. And get ready to explore a new Girl Scout cookie flavor called Explore M'ores. The Girl Scouts' latest creation packs chocolate, marshmallow, and toasted almond flavors into a Rocky Road-inspired cookie. The organization says the name captures the limitless spirit of exploration that drives Girl Scouts. Explore M'ores will be sold nationally during the upcoming Girl Scout cookie season. That's from January to April. And we're taking a live look now from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Some beautiful cooler conditions this Saturday evening. Your full forecast with Kai Beach is next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Welcome back. We're taking a live look from our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera in Rancho Mirage. Not too busy out there, but perfect conditions, not too windy, not too hot. Kai Beach is standing by with your full forecast.
We're starting this weekend off with some gorgeous weather for this time of year, but that will change. First, let's take a look at today's high. 100 degrees, normally 103, so we are slightly below average, but not near that record high of 115 degrees. When it comes to this, dew point, relative humidity, enjoy it while you can, because monsoonal moisture will return. Those moist, muggy conditions we don't like will be here by the end of this upcoming work week. For the wind gusts, it's pretty calm over the next few days. We're looking at Whitewater, Desert Hot Springs gusts up to nearly 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow's morning walk forecast, go out there and enjoy it. 6 o'clock, low 70s, 8 o'clock, high 70s, 10, we're looking at high 80s, and at noon, just over 90 degrees. Tonight's lows, it should be pretty comfortable, not as good as it was the last few days. Palm Springs 74, Indio 72, Joshua Tree 64. What I'm really staring at, Big Bear City. Let's take a road trip up there. 38 degrees. For tomorrow, 101 in Palm Springs, 102 Lake Havasu. You want some relief, you can head to the coast. We're looking at mid-70s. For the surfers out there, waves 2 to 3 feet. Go out there, enjoy, but as always, be safe in that water. For Thursday, take a look at this. This is when it starts to really warm up, and also it gets more humid. High pressure system building over the Four Corners region. What that means for us, temperatures are going to rise, and so is humidity. You head to the coast, you could see some scattered showers. For us here, that most likely will happen in our high desert and mountain communities. Also, possible thunderstorms. Holiday countdown, just a few months away, I guess less than 2 months away to Halloween, and gobble gobble 76 days till we go Thanksgiving. 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Back into the triple digits over the next few days. Take a look at Saturday. Next week, we can possibly see some rain. Those overnight lows go from mid-70s to low 80s.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
NBC Palm Springs Sports Desk. Brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos. We have your game.
Well, welcome back. The fourth week of high school football here in the Valley is officially in the books, and the stars on the gridiron are really starting to shine and separate themselves from the pack. Jordan Johnson of the Palm Springs Indians has had himself a season so far. After the team's epic come-from-behind victory this week, the team sits at 4-0, the first time they've stayed undefeated after 4 since 2011. Johnson said before the season began he had a personal season goal of 1,200 yards rushing, and after Thursday's win, he's sitting at 653 yards and 12 touchdowns on the season, well on his way to hitting and perhaps exceeding that goal. And for the Xavier Prep Saints, Kingston Pelham had himself a night last night against the Cathedral City Lions. Pelham rushed it in for 2 TDs last night, putting him at a total of 7 touchdowns for the season. That's not counting his 4 passing TDs as well, and sitting on a cool 300 yards rushing to boot. Now, this is just a taste of the highlights and info you can see when you watch our Friday Night Lights show hosted by myself and Tim O'Brien, and of course with the help of our man on the field, Brett Rosen. Just head to the NBC Palm Springs website, find that Friday Night Lights tab, and there you can get all the breakdown and highlights of all things Valley football. That'll do it for sports. I'm Caitlin Kelly.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
As we all know, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are now engaged. And that match made in heaven is now being celebrated with a maze made in corn. That's right, a farmer in Missouri teamed up with a company called Precision Mazes to create a unique corn maze honoring the iconic social media post where Taylor and Travis announced their engagement to the world. It took 9 hours to transform the 9-acre blank space into the work of art you see now. The maze is now open to the public, and organizers say they would love to see some first dates at the maze lead to more marriages. As the maze says, Kansas City is enchanted. How incredible. Well, you're watching NBC Palm Springs. Stay with us.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top stories, we're on a whole new orbit.
Would you try sunscreen flavored ice cream? Well, you might get the chance to. Van Leeuwen Ice Cream and Carnival Cruise Line teamed up for an unusual collaboration celebrating the end of summer. They created a sunscreen ice cream for a marketing campaign. Ingredients in the ice cream include coconut cream, cocoa butter, vanilla extract, and sea salt. Sounds delicious. People magazine staffers tried it and said it was, quote, surprisingly delicious. You can't currently buy it in stores, but the two brands are asking people to share the reactions on social media. They'll decide whether it gets enough buzz to offer it to consumers for a limited time. Perfect with the end of summer. Well, thank you for joining us. We're back here at 11.